Ding, ding, ding. Hello, everyone, and welcome. It is so good to be coming on today, Ali Light. I'm coming on to be sharing some recent experiences and reflections and things that are coming up in my life, and hoping to drop some wisdom and some codes for you guys to help you anchor in some new incredible energies that I have been personally tuning into. And so, the recent occurrences from my life is I got back from ISTA level 2 in Tulum in the beginning of April, and I have taken some time to sit with my experience and integrate, and I even recorded a podcast talking about my ISTA experience. And so if you want to hear more details on that, I highly recommend that you check out my Tantric Diary on Spotify, a podcast where I share all of my juicy stories and insights. But after ISTA, there's been a lot of new things that have been landing for me, and this is specifically what I want to talk about with you guys today. And so I finally, after like 4 years of living in Florida, made my way out to the FireFlies Festival that was taking place this weekend. There was a spring celebration of Beltane down there, and sporadically my entire community was finally able to make it. And the most exciting thing of that weekend for me that really came down super hard and landed and like anchored in all of our bodies is the importance of coming together to co-create. Okay, if we're not co-creating, we're hustling and bustling and trying to do everything on our own, and it's freaking exhausting. And so although it is super important for all of us to be sovereign individuals and to have our own missions going on for us individually, it is just as important for us to find our tribe, our community, our lovers and our friends who hold the same frequency and vision to also begin co-creating and moving towards a collective goal and a collective vision. And so that is exactly what has happened this weekend at FireFlies. My brother Omega Rico has had this vision of the massage party palace, which started many years ago from the stories that are heard in somebody's house, as a group of friends were hanging out and they were laying on the floor and they were massaging each other, and in this big moosh pile of love, they were like, we need to bring this to the world. Like, we need to be doing this on a larger scale, bringing people to experience conscious, non-sexual touch and giving each other massages. And so this weekend, Rico's vision came to manifestation as all of us came together and brought an incredible event on Friday night at FireFlies called the Massage Party Palace. But it was so freaking beautiful, you guys. We set up like an ancient temple vibe inside this like warehouse style building, and there were tons of mattresses all around. We had candles, we had beautiful fabrics and linens, we had an aerial swing, and we put together this prayer formance and this act of inviting people into a play of massage. And it was super fun and innocent and playful and creative, and we all got to get massaged. And how beautiful it is that people have a chance to experience touch and connection that is cultivated in a safe and sacred environment and guided by the facilitation. And so for me, that was like the highlight of this last month, to have the community come together and to really see how our visions are finally coming together, and all the pieces of everything that we're doing are in harmonious alignment. Rico is also part of our Tantric Ministry that Angie, Rainbow G, and I are starting and moving forward. And what I'm really leaning into is that we are building a community. This is not just a business. This is not just another church. What we're doing is creating a new way of life, a new way of living, loving, and relating with each other, with ourselves, with the world, with our earth, in a tantric conscious way. And the community that we have been growing and expanding is so beautiful and so profound, and so many incredible lessons that are coming from our vulnerability to really deep dive, first of all, into authentic love, into ethical non-monogamy and open style of relating, where we are moving through so much layers of old conditioning and programming and allowing ourselves to truly expand into the possibilities of what love can really be. And one of the most important aspects that I'm learning is the act of non-attachment. Not attaching yourself to the belief of who and what somebody can be for you, but rather allowing that individual to show up for you in the ways that they want to. And allowing for all of us to show our love in our own unique ways without being attached to how that love needs to be showed. And so through this community, we are coming together in our vulnerability, in our authenticity, and bringing our visions and gifts together. And one of the visions for Tantric Ministry is to build a community and to eventually land us on a land in a community, build homes, build structures and temples where we can live, where we can birth children, where we can have our children run around and play in nature, where we can have a community of teachers and members, and everybody can bring something individual to teach our children their unique gifts. I see that in the new world, the children are not going to be in the public school sectors. Our children deserve to play, to run around wild, to learn, to unschool, and to find life through the embodiments, through the experimental way of learning earth, of learning life, and from learning from people in a tribe. And this is why for me, my vision is conscious mothering, conscious parenting, conscious family unit. This is what I'm really passionate about, anchoring onto this earth, is to bring our children into healthy, conscious dynamics where they don't have to live a life of healing and unlearning and healing their hearts from traumatizing parenting experiences like so many of us are doing right now. And so the Tantric Ministry it's going to be a year. In August, we're going to be celebrating 1 year since the birth of Tantric Ministry. It took us a really long time to get our banking open because what we're doing is 508c1a. It is outside of the structures of the society. We're going under the veil. We're like opening up the veil and seeing what other opportunities we have. And so the 508c1a is giving us faith-based organizational protection to have our sacraments of love and consciousness evolution, and to really create a container to call in individuals who also feel resonance to being part of this work, part of this community. And so all of this is coming together, and I'm just in so much joy and overwhelmed of the birthing. It's like all the visions that we've been holding are starting to birth through our collective power. You guys, the collective power is so important because we can do things on our own. And like I said, it is important that we each are sovereign, individual, emotionally, financially, spiritually grounded in who we are. So then we can come together with our community without attachments, without codependency, without being needy and desperate, but to show up in our freaking power that is God-given and understand what is your gift, what is my gift, how can we bring our gifts together to expand and co-create and to continue weaving the tantric web of life. This is, you guys, the juice. The juice of life is in co-creation and collaboration. This is the new way. This is the new earth codes that are coming in. We have to work together, because together we can bring our knowledge, our resources, our networks, our insights, our magical powers to co-create and coexist in peace. And it's been so amazing over this weekend because our alliances, our sister Megan and her partner Tsunami from the Ascended and the Lead Royalty Organization, who is also a 508c1a faith-based organization, they were also there at the event. And we're really looking at home as a potential space for ascended and elevated experiences. What we really want to do is not just offer a class or a workshop or a retreat. What we're really leaning into is experiences that will transform people on multidimensional levels. Okay, we are multidimensional, magical human spiritual beings. And here we are calling forth elevation of human consciousness through transformational embodied experiences. And so part of this work is coming together and letting our egos set aside, because it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about all of us, especially the children that are waiting to come onto this earth. And as a future host and mother of those children, it is my responsibility to take it very seriously, to create the world where my children can thrive, okay? Because I've done enough surviving in my life where this is not a place that I want to pass on to my children. And I'm sure those of you who are also listening who went through your own struggles, through your mom and daddy issues, through your poverty consciousness, through your emotional turmoil, you know how difficult that life was. And I'm sure you do not want to pass that life to your children. So this is why we're doing this work. This is why we're being patient and conscious with our co-creations and our conceptions, so that we can bring the changes that we are seeking to have on this earth, because it starts with you and I. And of course, part of life is moving through ups and downs. And as amazing as everything has been, I also had a really shitty experience last week. So on the polarity side of all the goodness that's happening, last week I got pulled into a really awful portal and I got scammed. I had a lot of money stolen from me. Somebody broke my trust. It was like a huge soul betrayal. And yeah, I went into like 3 days of depression and just really analyzing and thinking through all the things that I could have done differently. But I'm not going to let somebody who is living in this state of fear, who had the decency to scam me, to steal money from me, to lower my faith in this world and God and this universe. And so although it fucking hurts to be scammed and to like lean into somebody and like really trust them and then have that trust like pulled under my feet, I'm not going to let that stop me, because money is something that I can make. But my spirit is strong, and nobody can steal the power and the strength of your spirit unless you let them. So no matter what happens in life, may this message be a reminder that it is okay to struggle and to have shitty things happen in our lives, but it is not okay to let those things dictate how the rest of your life will continue. Let it go, shake it off, tell them to gently fuck off with love and move on with your life. Know and trust that anything that you lose, anything that somebody takes or steals from you will return to you tenfold. And if you don't believe that, this is your mental programming and an activation to do. An affirmation to repeat is, the money I spend, lose, or give away comes back to me tenfold, because I am worthy and I am enough. And again, the money I spend, lose, or give away comes back to me tenfold, because I am worthy and I am good enough. Repeat this affirmation as often as you need to, because you are worthy and you are good enough. And we are here to elevate and to ascend together, you guys. And so, yeah, everything has been moving and has been flowing, and I'm in so much joy in all these amazing co-creations that are coming together. And more people are like, it's like the pieces of the puzzle are coming together, and the right individuals with the right magic, again, are coming together. And so if you have yet to find the community with whom you feel like you belong, call out for them. They are there. As much as you want to find them, they want to find you. Okay? It is about alignment. It is about getting prepared mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, so that you can be sovereign and that you can hold that frequency where you can truly co-create and collaborate with other elevated beings with whom you will find each other. And so 333, you guys, perfect timing. All right, my lovers and friends, so much more amazing things to come. If you're not checking out my diary, my Tantric Diary podcast, I highly recommend. I've been talking about my polysensual community on it. I've been talking about polyamorous dynamics. I've been talking about ISTA, sacred sexuality. There's a lot of juice on my podcast, so please check it out. It's called my Tantric Diary. And if you want to learn more about Tantra and sacred sexuality, you can check out my Sacred Muse Tantra Instagram. So on that note, I feel complete. Thank you all so much for being who you are. And I call forth the truth, love, and wisdom within you to start acting in your highest love and integrity, because we need each other. Aho, you guys.